We actually have a weapon that we can use immediately, the personal repo rate. It's like a key that opens the door to time freedom for you, but now you're just standing at the door, and behind the door is a whole new world. The next question is, where do we start with the chores of life and the myriad tasks at work? What things should be outsourced? Which delicate vampires, referring to things that consume a lot but are of low value, should we outsource the most? How can I keep a scientific record of my time expenditure? This is what we will explore in depth in the following content. How to use a simple experience matrix to do a comprehensive CD scan of your entire life. Friends, we now have a Swiss Army knife in our arsenal called the personal repo rate. But it's like we have an investment budget that we can't just blindly invest in. Before we start investing, we need to take stock of our assets, figuring out which are core assets and which are non-performing assets in work and life. The writer Dan Martell has given us a powerful tool, the DRIP Matrix, otherwise known as the Life CD Scanner. For the sake of ease of understanding, let's call it the Personal Experience Matrix for the time being. This matrix is very simple and contains only two dimensions. Horizontal axis represents the energy value of an event. The further to the right, the more energetic and enthusiastic you will feel. The further to the left, the more you will feel drained of energy. Vertical axis represents the return on value from this event. The higher the position, the higher the reward. Through these two dimensions, we can organize the things we do every day into 4 quadrants, and clearly present your current life map. 1. Phenomenon in the lower right corner, charging phenomenon. The value reward here may not be very high, or even direct money, but it can bring you great energy and pleasure. For example, reading a book, going to the gym to exercise, and chatting with friends all afternoon. These things are like power banks that nourish your vitality. Many people cut these things off as soon as they get busy, but the author warns us that this is very dangerous. If a person does not recharge for a long time, the energy will be exhausted sooner or later. 2. The phenomenon in the lower left corner, the phenomenon of labor. Contrary to the charging phenomenon quadrant, things here neither bring you high value nor consume your energy like crazy. All the chores and trifles are gathered here. For example, cleaning, washing dishes and cooking, picking up express deliveries, reimbursement and sticking invoices. These things are like the administrative logistics in our life company. If you do it yourself, it is equivalent to spending precious CEO time on cleaning and front desk work. The timing of this phenomenon is our top priority for repurchase, i.e. outsourcing. 3. Upper left phenomenon, bottleneck phenomenon. This is the most dangerous and confusing phenomenon. The things here can bring you high-value rewards such as the boss's appreciation, but they are slowly killing your enthusiasm. For example, a programmer is very good at writing technical documents, writing fast and good. Leaders and colleagues feel inseparable from him. But he hated writing documents at heart, and what he really loved was overcoming technical problems. As a result, writing documentation became his bottleneck. The better he got at it, the more stuck he got, and eventually his enthusiasm was completely exhausted. This phenomenon works. It is our golden handcuffs, locking you with high rewards but immobilizing you. 4. The phenomenon in the upper right corner, the phenomenon of talent, our ultimate goal. The thing here is perfect. It can bring you extremely high value in return, but also fill you with infinite energy and enthusiasm. Have you ever had the experience that once you invest in something, you lose track of time, immerse yourself in a state of heart flow, and not only don't feel tired, but feel full of energy after finishing? That's your talent quadrant. This is where you maximize your personal value. The ultimate goal of everything we do is to immerse ourselves in this radiant talent phenomenon as much as possible. Okay, now you can try to draw this matrix and fill in your weekly tasks. This picture is your life CD report, and the result will clearly tell you how exquisite health you are. But many people will find that most of their time is spent in the two pain elephant phenomena on the left. We know what to do, but why can't we do it? Because we still have 5 huge obstacles to progress inside us, time assassins as the book calls them. They are inertia in our thinking and behavior that unknowingly holds us back. The first obstacle: think again, sir. The mantra is, this is important, I have to study it again. You clearly have a good opportunity in front of you, but you hesitate to make a decision because of the fear of uncertainty. You think you are cautious, but you are actually procrastinating. The second obstacle, Miss Busy mantra is, do it first. Doing things quickly, but never thinking, always making mistakes in the same place, doing a lot of useless work. The third obstacle, worry about parents. The inner thought is, alas, let me do it, leave it to others to worry about. No matter at work or at home, you always unconsciously play the role of super nanny. You are half tired, but the people around you are more and more dependent on you. The fourth hurdle, the save money cancer patient's belief is, if you can save it, you can save it, but it's a pity to waste it. For example, the computer is already stuck like a tractor, but it feels can be used again, not realizing that the saved money is being doubled in the form of time, a more expensive currency. Fifth hurdle, stress binge eating entertainment expert behavior pattern is, I'm so hard, I have to treat myself and numb it. Every time you're stressed, you respond with cheap dopamine binge eating, crazy swiping short videos to relieve stress, only to fall into a vicious cycle of emptiness indulgence. Friends, how many of these 5 obstacles have you hit? At this point, our life plane scan is completed, and we also get a clear diagnosis report. Therefore, the most important question is, what is the treatment plan? How can we systematically, step-by-step, 2 phenomena on the left quadrants, clear these 5 obstacles, and finally move eventually towards their own gifted phenomenon? This is the core problem we will solve in the next part.